Once I heard the crash along the shore, it was all I could do to get moving and raise the alarm.
Do you mind? Your dirty foot coverings are contaminating my pond. So direct you are. It makes my tongue wither and the answers dry up in my mouth. Go and bother. No! There's no need to involve the governor's deputy or the house guard. When they start breathing, you keep asking the wrong question. I did not see anyone that night. I prefer my waters to remain still, calm. Would you be so kind as to move along? You're disrupting the talk of gods makes my scales itch. If the living gods really cared...
Cause trouble and you'll be sorry.
Did you need something else? A skooma baron you'd like to report, perhaps? No? Then move along. Really, Outlander, it's commendable that you're trying to learn.
Do you like firm, juicy tomato? That's a good one! That tribunal none.
Today's selections got a little charred and I forgot to add spices. Plus I grabbed my... That's something to do with the tribunal, isn't it?
Buy and sell here and now.
I have many fine goods.
Care to join me?
An outlander. I can never seem to... What? What did you say? I suggest you leave.
Despite all the excitement around the recent shipwreck, word of advice, don't mention anything about the tribunal to the governor.
Welcome to our shop. Keep it down. We don't want to attract undue attention. But what happened? I thought I was supposed to go to the drop. You didn't come. Already? Let me see. Oh, it's beautiful. I love working for the tribunal. It's so much better than trying to earn a living as a thief in Vivek City. But where's your helmet? I've never seen an Oh, right. We're not supposed to talk about ordinators in the tribunal in such a public place. But it feels good to be doing holy work for a change. And such a simple task, snuffing out the lighthouse flame. Oh, that was easy. I put a sleeping draught in the ale they ordered for Watch Captain Bethes's birthday. The guards were unconscious.
Come, do your trading here!
Unfortunately, the wreck of the vessel provided no additional clues. Were you able to discover anything during your investigation? The young woman who works with the grocer. I doubt the tribunal would ask her to do something so reckless. Do you have any proof other than her work? This is disturbing. This parchment feels just like the sheets that Governor O'Melian special orders from High Rock. I'm going to need you to acquire another sample from the governor's office. Not the office. He keeps it in his private quarters, accessed through the guardhouse. But I'd never suggest that you sneak into his quarters and steal. Back again? So tell me, you didn't do anything unlawful now, did you? That's odd. We haven't done a search of Firemoth Island since Governor O'Melian declared that the House Guard was better used patrolling farther up the coast. What I think doesn't matter. We need evidence. But we also need to launch a rescue. Slavery is illegal in Pact territory. It's time to visit Firemoth Island. Attack before the soldiers have been assembled? That's not a prudent course of action. We need to muster our forces, make plans and contingencies, unlock the armory. What was that? That's a distress signal, and it came from Firemoth Island. No time to prepare. We have to rescue the slavers' prisoners. Soldiers, to the ships! We sail for Firemoth Island!
Move!
The only fish that go with the river's flow are the dead.
I'm free, thanks to you.
I can't believe it. Free.
You arrived in the nick of time.
Move! Now!
I thought I was done for.
Someone attacked the governor. This guard will live. Did you find anything important on Firemoth Island? So the governor hoped to use the Morag Tong to cover his tracks, but this note just adds to the evidence you've already uncovered. Well done. You have provided a great service to Sedanine.
Deputy Governor.
Sergeant, where's Governor Emelian? What happened here?
The governor struck me from behind and fled.
The governor seeks to escape justice. Ah!
Care to join me?
You there. So I was right. You're a sword for hire. Excellent. My name is Marlo Reethan of House Hlalu, and piqued your interest, have I? Capital. My brother Benar and I, there are only 2 keys to the mine. Benar keeps one in our manor house. The other is carried by the mine's foreman, Knox. I want you to procure a key, either one, and then search the mine. Foreman Knox is somewhere in Balmora. Should be simple enough to pluck the key from his pockets. Or, if you prefer burglary, you could take my brother's key from the desk in his study. Our manor is just up the hill to the west of town. My dear brother prefers to keep our roles in the business separate. Oh, I have, but Benner tells me nothing. It's just secure. You haven't heard the rumors? The cursed mine of Vasir Didenot, they call it. They go in, but they don't come. Well, the mine has underperformed for years. I'd actually considered selling it. Anything out of the ordinary. I don't suppose you know the difference between pure ebony and... Never mind. Just give the mine a good... I have many important clients that depend on the success of this mine. They'll hold me. Well, the key should be no trouble. My brother is away at the moment, and the house guards are not exactly the keenest. If you choose to pickpocket, that's the rub. The mine is well guarded. My brother insisted. I'd prefer to avoid bloodshed, of course, but I don't.
That was a brave deed, rescuing Sandra.
I can't believe you look like the traveling sort. In your excursions, have you perchance come upon a young dark elf named Vale? That's a shame. Her father, Eris, the house counselor here in Balmora. You should speak to Counselor Eris. He's opened the kin house to interview potential recruits. Freelance. Counselor Eris can be found at the Redarin kin house, and do hurry. He's ever so troubled by our failure to locate young. I have no issue with Counselor Eris seeking help. It's where he's decided to get that help that concerns me. House Redarin. How can anyone not know about House Redarin? Is this... well, in that case, Redarin is the grandest of the great Dunmer houses. We champion the virtue. If I knew what happened to the Counselor's daughter, I wouldn't be talking to you now, would I? Counselor Eris Relith oversees Redarin operations in Balmora and the surrounding countryside. He's very...
I can't believe Lord Vivek wouldn't see worshippers today.
He's a living god. I'm sure he was just busy. We should have waited longer.
Is this on straight? Where could I have put it?
Customers are always welcome.
Yes? Is there something I can do for you? My daughter has been gone too long, and the house guard can't seem to find a wall in the corner. But why should I trust you with this task? Tell me out loud. An interesting insight. Perhaps you can find my daughter. Vea can handle herself, but Vea fled after a family disagreement. She's run away before, but I'm concerned that she might have something more permanent in mind this time, and more dangerous. Captain Briven oversees the house's attempt to locate my daughter. You should... He's probably patrolling the town square at this time of day. Briven's soldiers have been trying to get information out of Vea's friends. That is a private matter. If your investigation proves fruitful, and such like my daughter, my wife has a mind of her own. What the two of you discuss is your own. Vea has always been fascinated by the Morag Tong. Even admired one of their agents when she was growing up. It's possible the Morag Tong. They're an ancient guild of assassins sanctioned by the tribunal to carry out honorable someone of no consequence, and not at all important to accomplishing your mission. Besides, you don't find Morag Tong agents.
May I be of service?
Not now, Outlander. If you need some sort of assistance, go... You must be one of the freelancers the Council employed to supplement the duties of the House Guard. Very well. I'll tell you what I know. Vea ran away. Again. I hope you can succeed when my troop... I've known the Relith family since I was a child. Vea is like a sister to me, and I'll do everything in my power to get her home safe and sound. Perhaps, as long as you don't get too close. They've been running notes of late. I think it has something to do with Vea, but the runners keep evading my guard. When you find Vea's friends, remember to keep your distance. You just want to spot the note carrier and follow him to whoever's receiving these messages. That's the key to locating Vea. Vea's a born warrior. Hard-headed, stubborn, a real pain. That's not my tale to tell. If Councillor Eris or his wife won't speak, we started to notice groups of young dark elves gathering in out-of-the-way parts of the city. One of my guards saw them pass a note. Could be a love poem or a recipe for Kwama cream cocktail. But we suspect it's the way Vea has been keeping tabs.
Well done.
I love seeing new faces. For a while, it was just the same old miners and the occasional travelling merchant. At first, I assumed it was the usual house squabbles. Redoran and Hlalu arguments can get pretty heated. Then I thought maybe I like the colour of your gold, Outlander. Just between us, I heard the House Guard shut down the Shulk ore mine.
Hello, can I help you? Wait a moment. You're one of those hirelings House Redoran pays to harass us simple folk. Look, all Vea wants to do is to find out what happened to her brother. Vea wants nothing to do with the house or her father. Why can't any of you respect that? Even if I wanted to help, I haven't seen Vea since she snuck out of town. Well, if you must know, it concerns Vea's brother. He was an officer in the House Guard before he vanished without a trace. We've been... A local tough. Goes by the name of Ashur. He delivers the letters. We usually meet him outside of town to the northeast. But good luck trying to get any information out of him. I think we're done here, don't you? I told you where to find Ashur. He's been passing our notes on to Vea. Just to the north of the... Balmer is not that big. Most of the sons and daughters of the house leaders and prominent merchants know each other. Vea's one of us, and we'll do whatever it takes to help her. Well, within reason. And Vea would do the same for us. That's why we're helping her. I'm not telling you anything, you Redoran lapdog. Sorry about that. I'm kind of on edge, if you hadn't noticed. Everyone knows Vea's brother. Or they did, before he disappeared. Ulran was an exemplary officer. Everything House Redoran could hope for. She ran away because her father refused to give her a straight answer. She suspects he was involved in Ulran's disappearance. You think I'm just going to tell you all our secrets, Outlander? Well, that's not going to happen. I won't betray. All right, all right. No need to get violent. Vea doesn't want her father to find her until she's located her brother, so we help protect her. That's why we set up the runners. Let the Councilor's hounds chase us, while Vea... I'm sure Councillor Eris's intentions are good. He loves his daughter. Wants her back safe and sound. But what about what Vea...
Hold still! Stop weaving!
You killed one of my gang, Swit. No writ will protect you from us.
Feeling left out? I'm sure I can procure a writ for each of you.
That's it! Kill the Morag Tong and any witnesses!
I'll just take my leave. No use getting my axes bloody again. I had that situation under control. Just needed them to make the first hostile move. Still, I cleaned enough blood off my axe. You were you? Was it Melissa? I told her I'd close out my tab after I completed another contract. That woman has the patience of an anxious nix. Vea? The new apprentice? Now why in a Are you now? And why do you want to do that? Never mind, I don't really care. I was asked to pass along some notes, but I'm not really the messenger type. I suggest you talk to Vea's mentor. Last I heard, Make sure you don't anger Vea's mentor, or even look at her the wrong way. She's grown surprisingly protective of that young woman, and if you know, the usual buyer's remorse. I see a lot of that in my line of work. Turns out, I'd kill a bad man who did bad things. The writ was legal and above board. Unfortunately... Oh, you make it sound so obscene. Still, that's pretty much an accurate description. But it's not like I work for the Dark Brotherhood or anything. I don't kill anyone without a sanctioned writ. I'd rather not. She's particular about her secrets, and I don't want to get on a bad side.
Please, if you just listen.
Take care of yourself, Father. You always were good at that.
I'm in need of a strong set of legs, Traveler. And you look like one capable of... I have an obligation to my family. No, a duty of utmost importance. It allows one to archive memories for future generations. I hope to do this for my children. I thank you for your aid. Fewer than ever are willing to aid their elders in these troubled times. Though I suppose it is a rare gem. Once, long ago, Redguard warriors carried them into battle. I purchased it from my master, Drenham, a Telvanni mage of middling repute. I have served him for... yes. Mills. My son has never really forgiven me for never being here for them. Nary less than Mills, but both my children grew up largely on their own. My duty is to Master Dren. You'll know soon enough, as will they, I hope. I cannot travel with you, but I have attuned this stone to my soul. When you use it at the locations...
Do you make a habit of randomly accosting people while they fish? I don't see how that's any of your business. I've nothing to say to my... Whatever this is about, it's no concern of mine. My father managed to leave me out of his life. He can leave me out of his problems, too.
My, you look like a well-traveled individual. If you're looking to give your mount a well-deserved rest, you've come to... My father? Oh no, has he taken a fall? Or did he ask you to do something for him? He's been declining of late, and I'm afraid he's not entirely in his right mind. Oh, Mills. He was so young when Mother passed. I've tried to explain that Father had to work to keep a roof over our heads, but it's been difficult. Oh, yes. Father is well regarded among the Telvanni masters, even though he's never aspired to be one himself. Master Drenham trusts him implicitly. I'm afraid I don't know. All he's been able to tell me is that part of his contract with Master Drenham forbids him from disclosing any of the Master's business, even to his own children. I wish he didn't have to work so much. Master Drenham pays well, but sometimes I worry he will work Father to death. I did for a bit, after Mother died. I didn't understand why Father couldn't be with us until I grew up.
Ow! Stupid dog. What happened? Let me see. I just tried to pet it.
You... I don't recognize you. You've made a terrible mistake in coming here. Do you feel it yet? You really haven't figured it out. You're denser than those stone fiends. Something like that. But what does it matter? I'll be frozen solid soon. Black as midnight. None. Well, none that I've discovered anyway. I guess I could squander my remaining hours searching for a remedy, but I'm an alchemist. What? Afflicting all these miners? Oh, spare me your crude moral outrage. They were wastrels. None. I'd invite you to kill me, but given that I'll be dead, why do you even care? Well, fine. I'll...
Ah, I'm glad to see you made it back in one piece. So, what? Well, that sounds ghastly. To think that my own brother would be capable of such a thing. Well done. I have a final task for you, if you're willing. I must take this to the Trade Baron, Councillor Riveth. Travel to the Rethan Manor House and detain Benna. Once I've explained matters to Riveth, he'll send Hlalu constables to collect my brother. After that, the men I worked tirelessly to hire were being used as fodder for some vile experiment? Absolutely not. It's appalling. Why would I have sent you to discover what was going on? Yes, I hired him at my brother's insistence. Something about valuable books and scrolls found in the shrine. We plan to sell them. I see. That is unfortunate. But I suppose that's the risk you take. Not long. He tends to be brusque. Once I've explained the situation, they will punish him severely. He'll definitely lose his share of the estate and the ebony mine. He may even lose his life. In either case, I'll have to bear.
The last piece of the puzzle. Time to tie up loose ends.
The guard's on their way. Best get out before they clear you out.
I was beginning to think this fight was hopeless. But with the Great Shackle destroyed, we might just have a chance here.
I sell to the nobility.
Best prices here.
Most merchants are picky about what you bring.
Only the finest wares here.
House Talvani still keeps slaves?
How else do those lazy mages accomplish anything?
But what about the pact?
House Talvani stayed out of the pact. The wizards have no interest in mainland wars.
So much to do.
Malarethan. What a swit. I'm going to need a stiffer drink. You don't appear to be holding my drink, so I'm sure I have no interest in you. Off with you.
I am.
Young Mahler and I were talking about the sudden success of his mining enterprise, built on some irregularities that I'd prefer not to discuss. Not that it's any of your business. My, this is damning. Dear Mahler tried to hang this whole business around his brother's neck, and yours. A prudent, albeit sloppy affair. House Hlalu can ill afford such a scandal, and I hate to be lied to. Kill Mahler? What would I do with him? Chain him to a post? His life no longer serves the house's interests. I don't expect an outlander to understand, but this needs to be done. His city residence, I expect, just across the river. Do be quick about this. I'm anxious to be done with the Brothers Rethon. No. What scroll? Don't tell me there's more to this fetching disaster. Does it now? Listen carefully. Don't breathe a word of this to anyone else. If Mahler has this formula on him, bring it to me. The reward will be significant. We cannot let this get... By the three, what a mess. I'll put some of my Oathman on it. Oathman I can...
What is it?
Hold still. Stop weaving.
This is wearisome.
Help me out, will you?
You! How did you... Bah, I'll finish this myself.
quietly now. Is it finished? Well then, this unfortunate little tale comes to an end. I've already dispatched some... Excellent. Best hand it over to me. Something so dangerous should not fall into the wrong hands. House Flalu can keep it safe, or destroy it if we deem it necessary. This will earn you some favor with our house. I'll even double your pay. You sniveling little swit. Do you know how valuable... Never mind. What's done is done. But don't expect any extra coin from me now. You'll have what was promised for killing Marla and not a drake more. This had better buy your silence as well.
Stupid dog.
What happened? Let me see.
I just tried to pet it. Damn dog bit me.
Leave it alone. There's something strange about that dog.
You shouldn't be here. Didn't you read the House Redoran proclamation? Our mine was invaded by violent cultists. They showed up and just... Probably because I heard one of them say, "With this ritual we'll call forth a mystical weapon and attain the power of a god." Or something along those lines. Look, well, I never actually saw an Ashlander, but I heard a cultist yell, "Ashlander!" It used to be an ore mine, and we hope it will be again. My crew was inside. Really? That's awfully brave of you. If you see any of my miners...
Did you hear that? Have the Ashlanders returned?
You don't look like one of those crazy cultists. Really? Then forget I said anything about His Holiness Snazel. The savages barged into the deep chambers. Seem to know about me.
No one steals from the followers of Nikot!
Do you think we had anything to do with that?
Ashlanders. The tribunal should have wiped them out.
Did you find what you were looking for in the mine? Of course. I perfectly understand. I think I'll wait a little longer.
Leave me, Outlander. Let me die in the shame I've brought to Malakath. An assassin. Probably a Morag tongue.
She's just one woman! Get inside the ruins and stop her! Let the assassin come. I'm tired of running and she doesn't frighten me.
Well, you're not what I expected to find. You have a habit of turning up at the most unusual moments, don't you, hero? Questions? I don't have time for questions. I have a writ to complete. Look, hero, we really need to stop meeting like this.
Come out, little assassin! Or is the Morag Tong too scared to meet the powerful snag face to face? Surround her! Cut her apart!
A helping hand? How sweet!
By Malakath's sacred tusks, you won't get past me!
Excuse me, hero. I have to see an orc about a writ.
Don't kill me. I didn't mean to interfere with House Tolvani's plans. I made a mistake.
A mistake? Well, that explains everything. I'll just let the Tolvani know. I'm sure Mage Valian will understand.
Oh, that's a relief. I thought for sure you were going to kill me.
I am. I hate when my leathers get wet. And this is a new outfit, too. Ah, well. I suppose we ought to discuss what you're doing here. I have to admit, when I saw you, I thought, what the tusk are you doing down here? Well, that's not what I expected. But you can just turn around and leave. You're not going to find her. Faye is going through a difficult time right now. I know you, hero. It's old man Eris I don't trust. He didn't tell you about Vea's brother, did he? How House Redron exiled outsiders? Is her father really that desperate? Look, well, it's not exactly a lie, and I don't want things to get out of hand. I'll arrange a meeting. Ah, were you imagining a hot bath, a bottle of wine, and a secluded cottage with a roaring fire? I suppose if you're in for a sliver, you might as well be in for the log. I'm with the Morag Tong, and what you... Vea and I have a history. Her brother, too. They were good kids. Liked to watch me. That was her decision, not mine. Vea's good with a blade and tracks like a Nord Ranger. That was poetry in motion. Not only is my organization getting choice assignments... Oh, him? No one special. Just the leader of this...
open for business.